Marion Kirby, the ghostess with the mostest. Robert Sterling as George Kirby, that most sportive spirit. And Leo G. Carroll, host to said ghosts, as Topper.
Yes, dear. Yes, all right, Henrietta. I'll be home as early as I can.
And Cosmo, bring some floor wax home with you. And a pair of lady sneakers, size 8. You know how Katie slips and slides when I wax the floors. Hello, Papa, darling. Do you miss me?
Please get off the line.
Cosmo, did you hear what you said? You told me to get off the phone.
No, dear. I didn't tell you to get off the phone. That was somebody else on the line. Yes, I know his voice is just like mine. I think he's still on. Don't say a word for a minute. Get off the phone. Still there, all right. Will you get off the line? Why should I get off the line?
And I got there first. I think you've spoken long enough.
Oh, no, I ain't. Oh, yes, you have.
Topper.
Yeah? Yes, Mr. Schuyler. Little game I play with the wife. I do both ends of the conversation, and she doesn't say a word.
I wish my wife would learn that game. Mrs. Baskerville's waiting on the line to talk to you. If you're through playing games, would you mind answering it?
Henrietta, I'll call you later. Oh, do please get off the line. No, dear. That was me, not him. Good morning, Mrs. Baskerville. How are you this beautiful morning? Oh, it's too bad. But you felt that way about the last administration, too.
Topper, don't contradict her.
What securities are those, Mrs. Baskerville? Peerless Mining. Yes, they're right here in your file. You want to see them this evening? That's certain. But,
Yeah, Topper, don't put her off.
Yes, Mrs. Baskerville. I'll bring them myself. Certain. Prompt. Oh, no. I'll eat some other evening.
Topper, don't joke with her.
Yes, Mrs. Baskerville. Goodbye.
What did she want?
Wants me to bring in those Peerless Mining securities at 7 this evening. Naturally, I had another date.
Well, it's too bad, my boy. But we can't afford to alienate Mrs. Baskerville. She's probably the richest woman in the state.
Yes, and she stands to be $50,000 richer if she sells those securities.
Yeah, well, then, I guess we better send a bank guard along with you.
I wasn't thinking of skipping the country.
Well, of course not, my boy, but we've got to see that a trusted man like you is properly guarded.
To say nothing of Mrs. Baskerville's securities. Well, I suppose I'd better ring Henrietta and call off our date.
Did you send for me, Mr. Schuyler?
Oh, yes, Jimmy, yes. I want you to go down now, though, to the Baskerville safety deposits. And bring to Mr. Topper the envelope that's marked Peerless.
Yes, sir, Mr. Schuyler. Peerless.
That's right, Peerless.
I don't suppose old Emma Baskerville ever threw away a piece of paper in her life. Peerless. Oh, here we are. Accident and collision insurance on Peerless Automobile. 1913 to 1919. Now, why would she want those?
Just like I said, she never lets go of anything.
Do you get that way from being that rich, or do you get that rich from being that way?
I think it's a little of both.
Well, it's all yours.
Mrs. Baskerville lives only a couple of blocks from here, so we'll have time to relax a bit.
Nice place you got here.
Oh, not bad. Even nicer when it isn't being cleaned. Hello, dear. Oh, it's all right, officer. This is my wife.
You sure?
Oh, quite sure. This is Mr. Robertson there from the bank.
I didn't know you were bringing anybody. The house is so upset.
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Robertson has seen a house being cleaned before.
We'll never forget a house cleaning we had in Cicero. Bodies in every room.
Oh, dear.
Only one guy alive in the whole house. And he was in the bathroom taking a bubble bath. He didn't hear the shooting because his bubbles were popping.
Wouldn't you like a drink or something?
A glass of champagne, perhaps. You know, Mr. Baskerville won't offer you anything.
No, thanks. I never drink on duty anyway.
What does Emma Baskerville want you for tonight?
Oh, she only wants me to bring some securities, dear.
Well, first you're going to have something to eat. I'm not going to have you miss your dinner, Baskerville or no Baskerville. Won't you have a bite, Mr. Upperson?
I don't mind if I do.
Come along.
Oh, don't you wait. I'll be along in a minute. Give me that phone. Give me the me. Oh, stop fooling about so. Give that to me.
No, it might be for me.
Who phoned you?
Oh, lots of people, long distance.
Sure, ghost to ghost. Well, might not be funny, but it's old. Give me that. Hello? Oh, yes. Well, tell Mrs. Baskerville there's nothing to worry about. Yes, I know she goes to bed at 8 o'clock. I'll be along. Plenty of time to tuck her in. I mean, I'll be there at 7 sharp. Right, goodbye.
What's in here?
Hey, put that down.
I just want to see what's inside.
Aren't you glad I'm not a woman? I said put that down.
Oh, all right. You don't have to shout. You know how sensitive I am.
Well, I'm glad I'm not a woman. That briefcase has $50,000 worth of securities in it.
I'd rather have the money.
Well, I'm glad I'm not a woman, even if you're not glad.
God, no. I thought you were on the phone.
I am. I was. I've just finished.
Well, go and eat your dinner before it gets cold.
Yes, dear. Aren't you coming?
I'm going to tidy up.
Oh.
Heavens, I do believe we had a quake.
No, sir, you never can tell about people. Now, you take Matthews, Deacon they used to call him. He was with the bank for 12 years. Turned out to be an embezzler. You know where he is now?
In prison?
No, they never could prove anything. He got away with $100,000 in cash and securities. Took the money and started a bank of his own.
Excuse me. I'd better get that. I'll get it.
I'm sorry, dear. I was out at the incinerator.
Hello? This is Mr. Thomas speaking. Yes. No. Well, you can assure Mrs. Baskerville that I haven't forgotten the securities. Yes. No. No. I'll be there at 7 on the dot. Goodbye. What a woman.
Now, don't let her upset you. Go and eat your dinner.
Henrietta, where's the briefcase? It was here on this table.
Oh, no, dear, it couldn't have been. I remember distinctly that this table was shaking.
Shaking?
Yes, I thought it was a quake. And I know the briefcase wasn't on it because I would have noticed.
Henrietta, go into the dining room. Keep Upperson eating, drinking, anything. Only don't let him come in here.
But the briefcase...
I think I know how to find it. Only I don't want him to suspect anything.
All right, dear.
Tell him I'm still on the phone. Now, hurry. The fire looks about right, honey.
Let's try burning the ribs now.
Okay. Come on, show yourselves if you have the courage. I dare you to. What's eating you?
Something smells funny.
What's happened to my briefcase? I'm cooking it, can't you see? How would you like it? Well done? Medium rare? That nonsense. Where's my briefcase? What case?
You mean the one with the securities?
Yes, I mean the one with the securities. Marion, something does smell funny. What'd you put in this sauce?
No, it isn't that. It's come from over there by the incinerator.
Can't you smell it, Topper?
What on earth is that smell? Wait a minute. I know what's burning. It's leather.
darling, Topper.
50,000 clams. All steamed. I thought when Henrietta said the table was shaking, it must have been you. Well, I'm sorry. Oh, forget it.
Topper, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Not yet. First, I've got to... Good heavens. What now? Why, Uppleson. Henrietta's trying to keep him in the dining room. If he hears about this, he'll have me in jail before I can do anything.
Say, George makes a wonderful Mickey Finn.
Yeah. But he doesn't drink. Say, Topper, old boy, why don't you let us go out and dig you up $50,000, huh? Sort of a house-to-house campaign. Certainly not. But thanks for the thought.
Oh, George, what are we going to do?
Shh, I'm thinking.
Yeah, but that always gives you a headache.
Upperson. How can we get rid of Upperson? Hey, wait a minute. Does Topper have another briefcase like that one?
He brought one home from the bank last week. It's in his study.
Good.
George, wait.
There's no time.
Yes, but Topper might do something desperate.
What do you mean?
Well, after all, he did lose Mrs. Baskerville's $50,000, and, well, that's a terrible thing to happen to a man. Why, he might, I can't even say it.
Don't you leave him. Stick close to him every second.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I have a date with Mr. Upperson.
Just one more piece, or I'll think you don't like our food.
Well, I haven't finished this one yet.
The end pieces are better.
But I...
More coffee?
I've had 6 cups already.
Then how about a nice cup of tea?
Look, we better get started. Where's Mr. Topper?
Oh, he's still on the phone. It's a party line.
Hello?
Topper?
Listen, Mr. Topper.
Skylar.
Who?
Skylar. The bank. Say, you took the Peerless.
Oh, so sorry. Mr. Topper not in.
Hello.
Cosmo, have you found it?
Yes, dear. It was... no, not yet.
I can't keep him in there much longer. I'm running out of food.
There's only one thing to be done. I'll just have to go and tell Mrs. Baskerville that her stocks are missing.
They can't do anything to you, can they, Cosmo?
I don't think so. Not if I guarantee to pay her back every cent.
It won't be too bad. If we can sell the house and the car, I have a little jewelry and some money. I can help.
You have already.
But what about him?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just sneak out and get to Mrs. Baskerville if you can manage to keep him tied up for a few more minutes.
What's that?
No, dear. Detain him. Just detain him.
All right, dear.
Henrietta.
Really, Cosmo, you pick the oddest times to do the oddest things.
No, Topper, don't do it. You're too young. Don't do it, for my sake. A razor, a rope.
Marion, get off me.
Now, till you promise.
Promise what?
Not to do away with yourself.
What? Marion, get away, will you?
No, Topper, darling, this is not your way out. This is the way of a coward. Hey, Neil, change places. Good boy. Now, Neil's going to sit right there until you give him your word you won't do anything foolish.
Get off me.
There's no need pleading with me.
Come back here. Stop or I'll shoot. Stop or I'll shoot.
Chasing George down the street. I'll be right back, darling. Don't move.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! He's only going to Mrs. Baskerville. Don't shoot him!
Henrietta, help me.
Cosmo, speak to me. Where did he hit you? Lie still, darling. I'll call the doctor.
Hello?
Hello? Who?
Topper, I want to speak to Topper.
You can't speak to him. He's been shot. And please get off the wire.
Shot. Henrietta, put down that phone.
Be brave, darling. It won't be long. Cosmo! What are you doing up? Cosmo!
Oh, Henrietta, I'm not shot.
Then why did you have me call the doctor? Why were you lying on the floor?
Oh, I was just cogitating, dear. That's all.
I thought that awful Mr. Upperson was shooting at you. Who was he shooting at?
I don't know. Probably a busman's holiday. I'd better get to Mrs. Baskerville before he comes back.
Would you like me to go with you?
No, dear. You stay here. And don't worry. We'll manage all right.
You know something, Cosmo? It might be rather fun to start all over again.
Don't answer it.
Why not? You act as if you had a guilty conscience. Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Schuyler.
Tell him I'm out.
I'm sorry, Mr. Schuyler. He's out. No, not unconscious. He's out for a walk.
But you just told me he'd been shot.
Oh, was that you? I'm sorry if I'd known. I'd never been so rude. I was trying to get the doctor.
Is he or isn't he shot?
He was then, but he isn't now. No, Mr. Schuyler. Mr. Upperson isn't here either. He went out shooting.
Shooting what?
He didn't say. What's that? Yes, but... Yes, but...
What is it?
He thinks you're out. Yes, Mr. Schuyler, I'm listening. Yes, I'll tell him. Goodbye.
What is it?
I've got to find you and bring you home.
But Henrietta, I'm here.
Oh, I'm so confused. At any rate, Mr. Schuyler is coming right over, so you'd better not leave now.
Well, I may as well face Mr. Schuyler as Mrs. Baskerville.
Cheer up, dear. I'll stand by you. After all, it's only money.
So it is. Henrietta, you're right. There are 1,000 things in this world more important than money.
Of course.
Trouble is, I can't think of one.
There's hardly anything left after what I fed Mr. Upperson.
I'm not hungry.
You've got to keep up your strength, you know. Here, darling, eat this. Dear, you are nervous. You'd better put some iodine on it. There's a bottle on my dressing table.
It's all right. It isn't anything.
Please do as I say. I'll find you something else for supper. Cosmo, do you suppose that's Mr. Schuyler?
There's one sure way to find out.
Cosmo.
Darling.
Do you mind telling me what's been going on?
Don't you know?
Of course I don't know. First I phone you and you tell me you're not in. Then I phone you and your wife tells me you've been shot. And then she tells me you've gone for a walk.
Yes, it does sound rather confusing.
Well, there's not going to be any more confusion. What is that?
Don't try anything, just give me that briefcase. Mr. Schuyler, how did you get there?
I seem to have been tackled by a guard. Or should I say an ex-guard.
But this briefcase, I've been chasing it most of the afternoon.
I understood you were out shooting.
I think you'd better come in. I think you'd better go inside.
All right.
Mr. Schuyler, I have a confession to make to you.
I know all about it.
How can you know?
Jimmy, the bank messenger, happened to say something about the insurance papers for Mrs. Baskerville's Peerless. So I checked and found that you'd taken the wrong envelope.
But the mine securities, the Peerless mine securities.
They're right here. You've got to get these to Mrs. Baskerville at once.
But it's way past her bedtime.
I phoned her, explained what happened. She's making it a special occasion of staying up.
Hurry back, dear. Bless you.
And there's one thing more. You've got to get these to Mrs. Baskerville at once.
But it's way past her bedtime.
I phoned her, explained what happened. She's making it a special occasion of staying up. And there's one thing more. Mrs. Baskerville wants the Peerless automobile insurance papers.
She does?
To avoid any further confusion, she wants them burned.
I'll have it done immediately. In fact, sooner.
Cosmo, dear, can't you sleep?
I've even tried counting securities.
Why don't you take a sedative?
That's a good idea.
Topper, darling, please don't do it. It isn't worth it.
Marion, dear, I was only going to take a sedative to try and get a little sleep.
Oh, well, try this. That ought to put you to sleep.
I wonder if that's habit forming.
Marion Kirby, the ghostess with the mostess. Robert Sterling as George Kirby, that most sportive spirit. And Leo G. Carroll, host to said ghosts, as Topper.
Yes, dear. Yes, all right, Henrietta. I'll be home as early as I can.
And Cosmo, bring some floor wax home with you. And a pair of lady sneakers, size 8. You know how Katie slips and slides when I wax the floors.
Hello, Topper, darling. Do you miss me?
Please get off the line.
Cosmo, did you hear what you said? You told me to get off the phone.
No, dear. I didn't tell you to get off the phone. That was somebody else on the line. Yes, I know his voice is just like mine. I think he's still on. Don't say a word for a minute. Get off the phone. Still there, all right. Will you get off the line? Why should I get off the line?
I got there first. I think you spoke low enough.
Oh, no, I ain't. Oh, yes, you have.
Topper.
Yeah? Yes, Mr. Schuyler. Little game I play with the wife. I do both ends of the conversation, and she doesn't say a word.
I wish my wife would learn that game. Oh, Mrs. Baskerville's waiting on the line to talk to you. If you're through playing games, would you mind answering it?
Henrietta, I'll call you later. Oh, do please get off the line. No, dear. That was me, not him. Good morning, Mrs. Baskerville. How are you this beautiful morning? Oh, it's too bad. But you felt that way about the last administration, too.
Topper, don't contradict her.
What securities are those, Mrs. Baskerville?